Today on Hopped Up, we're going to be reviewing Special Lady Friend by Jailbreak Brewing.
Welcome to Hopped Up, where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we're drinking. Appreciate you guys joining us today. I am Ben, there is Jay, and Andy is still in his attic. Hey, Jay, what we're going to be drinking today?
So today we're going to be looking at the Special Lady Friend. It's out of Jailbreak Brewing in Laurel, Maryland. It's a hazy IPA. It comes in at 7% ABV, 0 IBUs, or no IBUs is what they state. Mosaic hops for this one, so one we should be familiar with and have had. I'm really curious to see what you think if this truly is like a no IBUs. No, we've always said that doesn't necessarily equate to the IPA side, but want to see what you think. So why don't we crack this and get rolling?
I find it hard to imagine an IPA without any IBUs.
Yeah, me too.
Not used to that.
We'll see.
Sounds like an oxymoron, right?
You watch your mouth. Somebody upped their glass game today too.
Yes.
Oh, I'm the one left out.
You are.
Did get a couple of new brews on the trip that I was just recently on, so I got to find a way to reconnect.
Well, I have a glass waiting for you when we do. So,
what you think?
All right.
Aroma?
Yeah.
So far, it smells IPA-ish.
That's
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.
Yeah.
So
Not
it's
much
good.
beer. It's big on the citrus.
Yep, citrus and that floral flavor. It gives you that pop. So it's not bitter.
Yeah.
No.
They put in oats and pineapple, essence of blueberry, and candied orange.
Yeah.
That'll definitely get all that citrus in there. That's great.
So I had the pleasure of visiting this actual brewery probably about a month ago, somewhere in there, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it's a really neat place. It's kind of off the beaten path and almost like in a strip mall type thing. But one side they have the food area, and the other side's the bar, and in the middle they have these nice sofas and lounges, and they have high tops on either side. The really cool thing I noted as soon as I went in, besides the beer's always really cool, and their vats in the back, but they had a refrigerator that was doing dry aging of meats hanging there, and you can get cured meat boards and all sorts of interesting ones, from wahoo fish to wagyu steak, any of those. So it was really, really kind of cool to see. I didn't have the opportunity to try it, but definitely if I get back there, I'm going to do that.
Is that called like a salumeria or something like that, where they hang the meats?
I'm not sure what the contraption's called, but I actually have a picture or two of it, and we could post that up in the comments and show. But it's really kind of cool. It's almost like 2 or 3 different refrigerator type opens with meat hanging in them, and I assume they just pull them out of there and then cut them up into almost like charcuterie boards. So
Probably not something you probably see at too many breweries.
no, I've seen it at a couple of restaurants, but no other breweries.
I would like to give special attention to Special Lady Friend's can. The can, not the woman's can. For those with an astute eye and knowledge of pop culture or in cult films, The Big Lebowski, that is a can in reference to the Big Lebowski. And if that wasn't enough, then you actually have the man himself bowling right there, or a man bowling in reference to it.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool design and great play on it.
One of my favorite movies, of course. That was so when you told me that we were having a beer called Special Lady Friend, I was like, wait, the Big Lebowski? And then when you brought the can, I was like, yep.
Yep.
Now, do they have any other beers with references like that, or any other Big Lebowski references?
That's a good question.
Pretty cool.
The others that I've had from there, when I visited the brewery, I tried a flight. I think I just had one flight because I was leaving out that afternoon. But they had a black IPA called Dark and Righteous, and I think we'll try that one at some point as well. They had they just have one called Righteous Ale, and that's more of their pale ale, if I believe. They have one called Doubles, so it's a double. I don't remember any other special references, but I imagine there were a couple right off the top of my head.
They're like Nihilist Stout or something like that.
Yeah, I don't recall it, but yeah, I'm sure they have a couple other funky references, given the great reference with this one. So,
Is there a significance to the graphics being upside down?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you've watched the movie, and it might be a spoiler,
it's been
for
a
some,
long time. Long time
so
since I watched it.
he's on the floor looking up, and she's standing over him, so he's seeing her upside down, and then you can see it right here. She says, "Love me," and that's what she says.
Okay.
She says, "Love me," and so yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have seen it, but it has been a long time. Definitely do not remember that reference, and it would not have picked up on it. So, as far as Laurel, Maryland, what is that? Close to Baltimore, or where is that?
Yeah, it's right outside of Baltimore, and really probably 30 minutes outside of Baltimore, more Columbia.
It's here, Maryland.
Yeah.
So if you know where Baltimore is, then you'll know where that heart is.
Yeah. So it's literally I would say outside of Columbia. So when you're up there in the Fort Meade, that's right where it is. There's several intel agencies in that vicinity.
Got it. All right. Are we ready to go around and give this one a rating?
Yeah, let's review it.
Yeah.
All right.
Quick answer to your question, though, Andy. I guess I just did a quick search. Feed the Monkey, The Infinite, Big Punisher. Some of those are their other beer. If you catch any of those references.
I recognize Dark and Righteous.
Yeah, and then they have one called the White Russian. Van Damme it. Check the technique. So they have some good wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've had this before. So why don't you two jump in?
Okay. It's got a great unfiltered taste to it. I don't know how to best to describe it. The haze, it's that cloudy feel, and I like the balance of citrus. I do kind of miss a little bit of the hop taste, but all in all, really good. I'll give it. Let's go with a 7.5 for me. Good beer.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't miss the bitter personally. I think it has definitely though that IPA flavor that you expect when you have an IPA. But lacking the bitter, I think that to me makes it better. Just my preference. So yeah, I think I'll give it a 7. I think it's a good showing as well. And I definitely enjoy it.
It's awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I was able to share this with you guys. It's one I had especially brought back, and I've had it before. I would rate it an 8. I would drink it many times over from here. So, and I do like that it's not quite as bitter or hoppy, because it makes it a lot more drinkable where you can have 2 or 3.
All right, that gives us a 7.5 for the special lady friend out of Jailbreak Brewing Company. Almost forgot it there for a second. But yeah, if you're in the Baltimore area or someplace you can get this, definitely one I think to check out. If you like IPAs, and even if you like me and you don't like IPA so much, I think it's one to give a shot if you just like trying different beer. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also like, subscribe, leave us some comments, and cheers to that notification bell. For Jay and Andy in the attic, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.